So today I am going to do some accuracy testing with the Glock 43X. Got a bunch of different bullets that we're going to shoot. We're going to see which one shoots the best. We'll be shooting 5-shot groups at 25 yards, and then depending on how they shoot, we may move back to 50 or maybe even 100 and beyond, because I know the gun will do it. As far as the gun itself, it's got the Holosun 507 KX2. And then a Ghost Ink 3.5 pound connector bar in it. So trigger's really good. It's a very shootable gun. But let's look at the ammo that we got. So once we test all these different cartridges and we find one that the 43X likes, I'm going to do a little bit of pseudo ballistic testing, terminal ballistic testing, I guess, because my goal is to actually shoot a deer with this gun this year. But here's what we're shooting. We've got Winchester white box and some steel case stuff, 115 grain full metal jackets, just kind of like, we've got it, so we're going to try it. This is Hornady Critical Defense, 124 grain plus P flex lock. Next is, these were really cheap. It's Nosler match grade 124 grain hollow points. And normally Target Ammo, they use really cheap, or poorly constructed bullets. So we got it, we're going to try it anyways. These are 124 grain Hornady XTPs. XTP makes oh, these are plus P as well. I've shot a bunch of deer with the XTP in a 44 caliber, and it's a good bullet. These are 124 grain HSTs plus P. The HST is a pretty cool bullet. I don't know if you can tell, but they got like these little perforations on it. So that's pretty cool. Next, Sig Sauer Personal Defense Ammunition Elite Defense V Crown. Man, long name. 147 grain hollow point. And ooh, it's got a pretty little star in there. Would you look at that? These are Winchester Silver Tip, 147 grains, and then the last one we have is the Federal HST, 147 grains, and they have really deep perforation, really deep cavity, really heavy bullet. I'm really hoping the gun likes these 147 grain bullets, just because. All right, I have some work to do. My first groups are always bad anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. That hole's too big. I don't know where it went. All right, not changing the zero. Critical duty, 124 grain plus P. I don't know what happened with that little guy, but this stuff is doable. Nosler 124 grain match. Right, Hornady 124 grain XTP plus P. All 5 are on the pie plate. Hot dog. All right. Federal 124 grain plus P HSTs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, the SIG 147 grains. You take that one out of there. That's probably a me thing, isn't it? I don't know what happened. Winchester 147 grains. There's 4. I think that's number 5. And the Federal HST 147 grains. They have a little bit more pop to them than the rest. Once again, fun little group right there. And that little guy. So the 2 tightest groups I got when I did my part came from the SIG 147 grain hollow point and the Federal HST 147. So we've backed up to 50 yards. I've got the SIG on top and then the HST on the bottom. We'll see if there's any change in group size after that. So first up is the SIG. These are really pretty bullets, you know. Everybody wants to talk about performance. performance. They never really talk about how pretty they are. I think that one was too. Messed me up when the sun came out. That last one was low and left. Not because of a flinch, believe it or not. I'll tell you straight up, that shot string, I didn't do very good shooting those. I shot better doing that. So, let's see how we did. All right, start your clinical depression. Everything's tracking low and to the left. I wasn't flinching. This isn't as low and left as this. And like I said earlier, I felt like I shot better whenever I was shooting the HSTs. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So the SIG, you take out that bad shot. Yeah, you got about, I kind of want to measure that. You take out the bad shot, and that is about a 4 to 5 inch group at 50 yards. Whereas the Federal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 yards is a pretty good ways for handgun. But there you go, SIG. All right, 5 shots at 100 yards. I'm gonna try to hit all 5. And missed the first one. Cool thing about cargo nets is they will carry any doggone thing. So here's what we come up with. T-shirts hanging on a nail behind it. I got it tied as tight as I can, and then I folded over the hoodie a handful of times, and we're going to try to shoot straight through there, and then that hoodie will hopefully grab our bullet. First up is the SIG 147 grain, super long name, V-Crown. Let's see what it do. And it's not going to take much to find the bullet. It was stopped right in that first layer of the hoodie. And that is a pretty bullet, isn't it? Oh, you can't see it. I can see it. Check that out. Good looking bullet. It's all pointy too. Extra cuts. Alright, and now we are shooting the Federal HST 147s. Let's see if the long perforations are better than the pretty little star in the middle. 10 yards. So on the Federal HST, it actually didn't penetrate the hoodie. It made a good little dent and it bounced off. So it may take me a minute to find this one. This is pretty. This may be prettier than the Crown V. Didn't penetrate nearly as much. So I need to drain these bags. I wonder how I can drain these bags. That just cost me $15. All right, so in conclusion, which one do I like the best? So the SIG ammo, I mean, it certainly looks like it shot the best. Got the old micrometer out. So at 25 yards, we got a group that's a shade over 2 inches. We disregard that little guy down there. So it shot really well, and at 50 it did really well as well. The HSTs, we got to ignore a lot of these. Those two are at 50. And if we take these 4 here at 25 yards, we got a group that's 2 3/8 roughly. And there was a flyer somewhere, I don't remember where it went, opened up our group substantially. But still, both of these groups, they're not bad. If I were a better shot, we'd probably see smaller groups, huh? But here's what it boiled down to for me. So there's the V crown, and you can tell it didn't really do a whole lot whenever it hit our little fancy test media. So 9mm 355, and it's at well, about 555 at its widest point. So it kind of opened up a little bit. But if we look at the HST, the preparations did come in clutch. So at its widest point here, we're at 655. Yeah, so I mean, it opened up quite a bit more. If you look at them side by side, that's the SIG on the left. That HST is a lot more impressive. So, yeah, the accuracy, pretty comparable. But what the bullet does whenever it hits a target, they are two completely different beasts. So check that out too. Folded over quite nicely. So HST for me. Send me some hate in the comments. I know you already have. Thanks. Have a great day.